Wisconsin farmers have wrapped up more than 90% of their spring tillage. That's according to a new field progress report. They are 27 days ahead of last year and 15 days ahead of the 5-year average. Corn planting stands at 81% complete, 25 days ahead of last year. 61% of soybeans are in the ground. Winter wheat is shaping up nicely with 69% in good to excellent condition. And for an update on the alfalfa crop, I checked in with Kevin Jarek, crop, soils, and horticulture agent for Outagamie County.
No, unfortunately, throughout northeast and east central Wisconsin, we have some extreme winter kill. And unfortunately, that all comes on the back of 2019, the worst growing season we've seen in 50 years. So farmers patched some alfalfa fields last year just to try and get enough alfalfa forage for the winter. And now we come into this spring with a lot of the fields that were newly seeded last year, expecting to be the foundation moving forward. Many of those did not survive the winter. So when we look at Wisconsin as a whole, alfalfa hay stocks are at a 70-year record low. So there's no crying wolf here. We definitely have some issues.
So what are you advising producers to do at this point in time?
So the first thing that we had recommended was that people scout their fields, check the stands. Normally we would want to see 55 stems per square foot. That isn't a reality for most people. So we said, okay, if you can find 40 or so, and then make a judgment about interseeding with some type of annual ryegrass, some fastoliums, improved varieties if you want to try and get 2 more years out of the stand. But long story short, there isn't a quick fix. New seedings this year that farmers plant won't be ready to harvest anything until likely July. So you can't plant alfalfa this year expecting to get the same tonnage and yield you would have otherwise had.
Everything else is very far ahead. We're ahead with corn, we're ahead with soybeans right now. Do you see the first crop alfalfa sticking to that same schedule of being so far ahead?
So the measurements that we've taken for peak scissors clip readings have generally been 11 to 14 inches in height. So that would equate to about 250 to 270 as far as the relative forage quality. A lot of farmers want to start cutting in that 190, 200 range so that they can harvest 170, 180. We have folks who are all over the board on what their target is, but I think that because of the cool weather, the crop hasn't developed as fast, and that may not be a bad thing because the cooler temperatures kept it from bolting, and that prevents us from getting long node spaces, meaning it would affect the stem to leaf ratio. So if everything goes well and we have these 70-degree plus temperatures and farmers were able to get a lot of their corn, soybeans, and other things in, we can't complain if we can get that from Mother Nature here on going out.
So if you are one of the farms that is in the position to maybe have a surplus of alfalfa, are you in a pretty good place when it comes to prices?
Absolutely. We do have calls that I've taken already for farmers looking for corn silage. And so even though we know our hay situation is bad, we have to remember that last year, our corn silage, trying to get it out of the field was a nightmare. And the tonnage and quality was low, so a lot of producers planted 80-day corn. In fact, the record amount of 80-day corn was planted with the hope that that corn will be ready to harvest Labor Day weekend because farmers know they're going to get pinched at some point here come July, August, September.